you're just jealous of me. Just living that life on Dutch. Throw your hands up. I'm using this new I'm your number one, I'm your number one. I'm just living that life on Dutch. Throw your hands up, up. I'm using this new DJI microphone. And I don't know if I like it or not yet, but I like having fancy things. It matches my silly little DJI camera. I'm leaving Paris tomorrow, and like, fuck, I'm sad about it. There's a couple of friends I'm gonna miss. Genuinely, there's someone I met a couple weeks ago, and I kept egging her on that we'd hang out, and we just never did. And I left her unopen on Saturday, and I don't know, I feel bad, and I don't think I'm gonna rectify it, unfortunately. Like, I'm just tired of texting I'm sorry that I can't hang out, and that's what I've been doing. We, like, made a couple plans to hang out, but then, like, the first night, she decided she was tired, so then we canceled. The second night, I canceled, because I forgot I had plans already. I just have a really small social battery, and just because of my environment and where I am right now, it gets exhausted so quickly. And yeah, unfortunately, this person I'm thinking of, I just like was not communicative to her. Yeah, I'm not sure why I'm thinking about that, like as I'm leaving Paris. I guess it weighs heavy on my heart, even though it's not like a big deal at all. Like, it's all just like texting and like socializing, and she's super social. Like, we met at like a rave. Like, she has a ton of friends, I can sense. Like, she doesn't, I don't know, but she wanted to meet me, and she was really sweet for that. I haven't ghosted someone in a while, or I haven't, like, I guess ghost is the right word. Like, I just kind of stopped, like, kind of just, like, I let her on, yeah. Kind of dishonest of me. But, yeah, it wasn't, like, preconceived, it just kind of happened, like, I don't know. But anyway, today's my last full day in Paris. Tonight I'm going to a rave, and I'm a little fearful that I will see her. But if I see her, I'm just going to be like, hey, I apologize for leading you on. I really like you. I had fun the night we met, but I don't even know what to say. I don't like giving excuses. I don't know. I'm just going to be honest and communicative when I see her in person. And I'm kind of hoping that, like, she'll divorce, like, my texting vibe from, like, my in-person vibe. Because, like, on Instagram Messenger, I've been just so aloof and, like, not responsive. But, yeah, I just want to, like, be like, this is me physically, and here I am saying, I'm sorry. Like, listen to my words. I'm sorry for ghosting you. You're really cool. And the reason is I do just have, like, a low social battery. I'm not sure if I'll tell her that. Well, yeah, the truth is, like, I just prioritized other people over her. I met her, like, 2 weeks ago. Yeah, I just prioritized, like, other friends and myself. Like, I've only been hanging out with, like, one friend, really, while I've been here. But, yeah, okay, honestly, I feel like I do a lot of things for people. And I'm not saying that to make myself sound like a really good person, but yeah, I think I overextend myself, and I'm very generous with people, and then it comes to a point where I'm like, there's like a tipping point where someone will just be like, let's hang out or something, and I just can't do it. I just don't feel like it, really. And it's not really coming from a place of nervousness or anxiety or anything. I just don't have energy for it. Plus, I'd rather be by myself, honestly. Like, I don't have FOMO. I think I am missing out by not meeting new people, because I think she is really great, and I do think we'd have fun together. Genuinely, I think we'd have a good night, but, like, yeah, I just don't have FOMO about it, because I know I could also have a good time having quality time with myself. Yes, okay, so I was saying that, like, I overextend myself, and I do too much for people. That's really true about me. And it's kind of my own fault, because I am an adult and I have the agency to say no. when people ask things of me and when they imply that they want something from me. Like, I don't need to show up for everyone. So, yeah, I'm not trying to like pity myself because it's really my own doing, but that's just where I'm coming from. I help too many people out. I give too much of my time and I overcommit. So, yeah, which is unfortunate because I do miss out on things like hanging out with this one person. Yeah, and I was talking about this with my friend and like they were asking me like how would you feel if this was you? Or like how have you felt when you've been ghosted? And like honestly, I've never really been I have been ghosted, but I've never been ghosted by like someone I really care about or someone that I'm super interested in. And you know what? This person I'm talking about, she might not even be super interested in me. And I hope that's the case because of what I'm doing. I was in a relationship last year and I just like overcommitted to that person and I verbally committed to more than I could physically provide. And I feel very bad about that. I feel very bad about that. He was such a good person. He was really communicative, beautiful man. And yeah, I fucked that completely. And yeah, I'm not going to beat myself up about that, but I just want to act differently. And the situation with this girl who I'm ghosting, I'm acting like that. Yeah, I'm just not acting how I want to. And I just want to make it go away. Respectfully. Genuinely, it is like so hard for me to text people back. Like, I know I should just do it as soon as I see the message, but I just don't. It's my own fault. Okay, dude, just admit you're jealous of me. Okay, I'm keep singing that because I might buy a Von Dutch hat today. I'm leaving Europe today. No, tomorrow. Fuck, I don't want to go. Okay, I don't want to go primarily because like my life in Chicago right now is kind of a mess. Yeah, it's kind of a mess. I am going to New York City on Tuesday and and after that I will literally only be in Chicago at my apartment for 3 days during the month. And like, yeah, at my apartment, I have my home studio, which is just like a large bedroom that I use to make artwork in. And then I have a bedroom. And like, everything in my bedroom is in my home studio right now because I was like subleasing my bedroom for a couple months. Anyway, yeah, I just have like a big mess waiting for me that I have to clean up. And I am getting ready to like move out of this apartment. I am. Yeah, kind of the big choice for me is like New York or Paris. Genuinely. I love Chicago, but I'm tired of it. I've lived there for 6 years. I can't believe I'm that old where I can say I've done something for like over 5 years. But yeah, I've lived there 6 years. It's really cute, but it's just feeling a little too quaint. And like the US is just starting to feel kind of more dangerous and more weird. And like I just don't really want to be in the Midwest anymore. Genuinely. Even though Chicago is so progressive, Illinois is a really good state. It's so LGBTQ friendly. It's partly because of the reasons I said, but it's also because like I'm just not inspired by it. And I've been lucky enough to spend a little bit of in New York City the last few years and a lot of time in Paris. And like as an artist, I'm just more inspired by both of those cities. And yeah, I think fashion is very important to my artistic practice. I think my art is informed by fashion and yeah, and so I'm just really keen to live in a city that hosts Fashion Week. I just kind of want to be surrounded by that fashion culture, as toxic as it is. It's very queer. It's beautiful. It's capitalistic. It's so like shopping oriented, consumer oriented. That's not why I like it, but I'm just speaking. Fashion is sexy. Fashion is like It is rock and roll. It is film noir. It's like a little bit of everything. It's like it is fueled by the artists and musicians that wear it, and it is a product. It's fueled by them. They animate the clothing, but they also like inspire the design. Like all fashion is inspired by film and art and music and subculture. It's about the people wearing the stuff. I love it so much. I've made a few garments, like when I was in like fashion school. No. When I was in art school, I did do like 1 year of the fashion program there, but it was very rigorous, honestly. And I didn't have enough ideas for the pace that we were running at. Like I just was always playing catch up, and it was hard and it wasn't fun. So I changed majors basically. But I'm really interested in revisiting that. Like, I see myself working in fashion in some capacity, or I want to be like an artist whose practice is informed by fashion, which I already am. My lease is up on December 1st in Chicago, and basically, like, before then, I am just trying to decide if I like the vibes in New York City / Brooklyn, and do I want to move there? Really. Like, Brooklyn is, and New York in general, it's a place that, like, when I go there, I have, like, the most fun I've ever had, honestly. I have so much fun, and there are so many trans people there. And that's kind of, like, the biggest reason I want to go. Like, there are so many, like, trans organizations and groups and, like, social groups and parties and DJ events that are kind of centered around trans people. And I'm kind of interested in participating in those events. My lease for my Chicago apartment is over on December 1st. And so, like, before then, I'm really just trying to decide if I want to live in New York or Paris. I have decided that life is too short not to live in a city that I don't want to be in, or a city that doesn't excite me. And I feel so fed by New York City. As soon as I started to say that, I was like, girl, you sound like Carrie Bradshaw. No, like, yeah, it just, like, is so much fucking fun there. Yeah, I visited New York, like, in June by myself for a weekend, and I stayed in Bushwick. It was super cute. And yeah, I had a great time, and I could totally see myself living there. I remember writing in my journal, I think I wrote, because I love myself, I will move to New York. I think I wrote, the gift you can give yourself is you can move to New York. That sounds so dreamy and, like, convoluted and played out, but that's how I feel. People dream of New York City for a reason. Like, it's really has a special energy to it. And yeah, it's always, like, what I wanted, you know? I never dreamed about Chicago. When I was a child, I mean, I never dreamed about Chicago. I think I only chose Chicago as a city because I thought it would be more like New York. And it was less intimidating than New York. Those are two reasons. But also, I loved the school I went to. And, like, I toured it, and I really I love the campus. The teacher, like, I just needed to go to school there for sure. Like, that was my favorite choice. I looked at a few colleges, and yeah, that was the best. So that was probably my main reason I went to Chicago. But yeah, I was, like, not disappointed, but I was just surprised it was a little sleepier than New York City. And yeah, the queer community feels kind of small in Chicago, you know? Okay, so those are some reasons why I'm not really staying. It feels too small town, which is really surprising because it's a huge world city, international city. I've been taking small trips to New York for a few years, but this month and before my lease is up in December, I'm really gonna, like, spend more time there and just figure out if I could see myself living there. Well, honestly, I could see myself living there, but I just don't know if it's feasible. It's really expensive, and I would need like a bedroom to sleep in and an art studio. I would have to get a studio. I'd have to rent a studio space, which I can totally do. I'm just worried that it will be like it's oversaturated with artists. I might be able to make a bigger splash in Paris, for example. And as I'm navigating Paris a little bit more, going out more, I feel like the queer community is also kind of small here. Genuinely. It feels a little small.